figures which have been put there. I think UPC 1,600,000 or something and DP something else. There's one element there which is missing. In 1980, UPC had several unopposed seats. And majority of those seats were in Lango. And when you have unopposed in a parliamentary democracy, you don't vote. So if somebody wants to do the figures, you include all the voters in Lango or those figures of your 1 million whatever, and it will be clear. UPC won the 1980 elections. So we can't have it two ways, saying that, oh, UPC did win. Because another issue we can go to is the 1961 election. In the most populous area, people are being elected with 800 votes because of a very successful boycott. UPC losing that election won a popular vote by far, but used political means to address the question. So when we have elections, and interpreting what happened in those elections is very important. What happened in 1980, Lango voted before the election, wholeheartedly for UPC. And if you ask today, there are those, I would say, pretending to be the voices of the people of Lango. But honestly, I went into this election, one hand tied behind my back, my feet tied together. I had a boot on my neck. But despite having all of that one, I emerged with 12 MPs. Albeit all of them from Lango. This should explain the whole issue of what happened in 1980, more people trying to interpret it. The most important thing to me when understanding an election are those who say, for example, Semogerere won. What was Semogerere's agenda for Uganda? Those who have claimed elections 1980 and the like, what was their agenda for Uganda? The UPC agenda, I can present it clearly, back to front, top to bottom. What about these other people who say they won elections? The ones who want to speak for the people of Lango, the ones who want to speak for the people of Uganda, what was their agenda? In this election, Jimmy Akena UPC came in with an idea that we can create an environment whereby we have to talk by default. But that meant securing enough votes to become a significant player. And when I made that issue, when I was reaching that point, I cannot reach there without an agenda. I must have a clear agenda. I cannot stand in front of the country and have nothing to say. I must come with an agenda. So I'm part of this issue of correcting the history of UPC, but I am setting clearly what was UPC's program today for 2026 going forward. The reason I have approached it this way is in our manifesto, and because I felt this idea was extra important, that it could benefit the people of Uganda in ways which can continue for a long time. And not being in government, I felt it important that I share this idea. So I shared the idea with the powers that be. The intention on the Jimmy Akena plan was how to access markets and solve a problem which was there. They love the idea of solving the problem, but now on the question of markets, they're just looking at where do we benefit. Jimmy Akena's plan for UPC included Barara Airport, yes. But we also had Gulu, we had Arua, we had Soroti, we had Entebbe, even Nakasongola to pitch in because we need to supply a huge market like China. Am I annoyed? I am annoyed because I was not on the ballot. I'm annoyed because I was not given an opportunity to present ideas and plans which can raise the standard of people, of the citizens of Uganda. This has disturbed me. Another disturbing issue which took place last week, I think it was last week, when the president wrote his letter. And in his letter he mentions apologies for shortages of drugs. Honestly, shortages of drugs. What drugs are we talking about? When you have somebody who is on high blood pressure medicine, when you don't have your drugs, what risk are you putting the people to? I come from the train of thought that the people of Uganda are the greatest asset. Our duties as leaders is to make sure we provide avenues where the people's lives are secured.